Hey! Oh no, I can't hear you. Can you hear me? Oh no. Is it me? Is it my headphones? Come back. Well, we'll start off the night with a little bit of technical difficulties. Oh no, I still can't hear you. Hmm. Okay, my headphones seem to be working okay.
How's this?
Oh my gosh, hello.
Hi.
You switched the other.
I have no idea what I did, but I guess it's working.
No idea what happened, but you know, technology is magic to me.
How are you?
I am good. How are you? How are you?
I'm good. You know, just doing the Thursday night thing.
It's a Thursday night in May.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, so excited to have you here. It's been a couple of years since your episode. Oh my gosh, like what has happened to you in that amount of time? I love hearing from playwrights like after you've been with us at Parsnip and then went back into the world.
Yeah, wow. I mean, that was middle of 2018, I think, or the fall of 2018. So it's about 2.5, 3-ish years, 2.5 years, I would say. Of course, one of those years was a pandemic, which is still continuing. So like 1.5, I don't know.
Does that count? Does it count?
I
I
don't
just had
know.
my second COVID birthday.
Oh my god!
I don't think that counts.
I'm going to have my second COVID birthday soon, so that'll be fun.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you.
Meant sincerely and also in sympathy.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, I mean, I guess I just was doing play stuff, theater stuff, writing different plays, and I started grad school a year ago, so that's been interesting because I started grad school, but it's all virtual, so I don't know what that means really. Yeah, and I went home for a year to Hong Kong, and I came back early this year, and so it's been a whole journey of moving around and stuff.
Yeah. I suppose we kind of also skipped the intro of
Oh, yes, we totally did.
I'm sure folks realize who you are because your name is all over this wonderful project, Stefani Kuo, our fabulous playwright. For folks who don't know, I'm Al. I'm artistic associate at the Parsnip Ship, is why I'm here. But so happy to actually meet you. Like, we've never met in person, which is just now, that's now just a thing. So many people that I know now who never met in person, like never seen like a full body of the person. Just I only know what their head and shoulders look like.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally.
But you know, where are you calling in from?
I'm in Brooklyn. I'm in Brooklyn Heights. So, are you in New York as well?
Yeah, I'm in Crown Heights.
Nice.
Yeah. But a little bit of a life update. what's going on for you artistic? I feel this is a loaded question, so feel free to also say too much for a range. But like, yeah, how have you been feeling artistically, especially in the last year, but kind of in general?
Yeah, I mean, I personally I've gone through, like I think in the beginning of the pandemic, people were like, this is a great time to be writing. It's basically a retreat, a residency. And I was like, no, it's not. I'm very tired. And also like,
no,
I'm confused about the state of the world. So I didn't write for a couple months early pandemic. And I was just like, that's what it is. And I went home to my family. So I was spending a lot of time adjusting to being home again in Asia. I think I had a very different pandemic experience from folks in the U.S. just because the pandemic in Hong Kong and Taiwan was so different management-wise. It was a lot safer, at least back then, and I sort of like established a whole life in Asia, which was interesting and different. And I started grad school, but then also I think like, the place you're in obviously deeply affects the stuff you write. And I just started really thinking a lot more about writing about Asia, which I already was doing a lot of, but I felt super affected by it and also by the politics of what was happening in Hong Kong, and started thinking more, especially because theater was sort of like, I don't know, like in a coma. Like I was just thinking a lot about like writing for TV and film, just because that seems like the other side of the industry that is still sort of happening or was happening. And virtual theater is like cool, but it didn't feel super real to me, especially because I was having to do it 12 hours ahead. So I was like sort of like crazy when I did a couple of workshops and I was just like up at the worst hours of the day. But I tried. Yeah. So it's been like a journey. And then I decided to come back for time difference reasons. And also because I was like, I love my family, love my parents, but living with your parents in your childhood bedroom through to the age of like adult age is like intense. I mean, I woke up every day and I was like, that is the curtain that I woke up to when I was 5. It's just like a real intense thing. But I was really thankful for the time with my family. I think it just really changed how I felt about writing, and I came back really ready to write after that.
Amazing. Like my parents are in South Dakota, and like there was thoughts, once we all realized that like, oh, this is bad, rather than like, we'll be back in a couple of weeks, a month tops. Once it was like, oh no, this is happening. I had the thought like, should I move back to Brooklyn? Save on rent, get out of like a city. They live in a small town in South Dakota. Right. It was like, I love them. I love them dearly, but I'm not ready to live with them again.
Yeah. I mean, truly, it's a lot. I mean, it was really lovely, and then I was also like, okay, like there is a limit to this, I think.
Yeah. This last year has illuminated a lot of things like that, of where our limits are, of how we set boundaries, has been really interesting. But also, like, my parents, we started doing like a weekly Zoom call with the whole family, which like sometimes we'd get busy and it wouldn't happen, but then it would happen week after week. And
that's really nice.
The ways that we can still like connect with each other.
Totally.
Even when like we're in the same borough and yet are able to actually connect online, it has been really special amidst all of the shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Going on. Yeah, but I do also want to ask you about this play. This play is for a start, it's a powerful play. Just already, like the things that like happen with these characters and the things that they confront about themselves and each other, the things they deal with in their lives, like, and the struggles and love that they experience is amazing. But it has been several years since Parsnip produced this play. And also has been a year where all of us, I think, are in a different spot. So like, how do you feel about some of the things that you write about in this play and that you write generally now? Has some things changed for you? Do some of the things, like your play deals with mental illness, your play deals with physical illness, and the way our relationships are impacted by these kinds of things? Are there things you feel like your understanding has evolved, or are there things also that like you're like, oh no, I was onto something here?
I don't know that I could ever say I was onto something here. I mean, I wish I could. I hope I've evolved as a writer. I think if anything, I've evolved in the sense of like, the first play you ever write is always so deeply personal to you, I think, in like the most intense and intimate ways. And since then, I've like sort of like, and this was my first play. This was I would consider it my second play. It's probably my third or fourth, but the ones in between I don't count because they were awful. I would say this is my second real play, and like it felt not as intimate in the sense of like really, really personal than my first one, but it still felt really intense. And I think since then I've figured out how to navigate like the area between personal and also like keeping a distance with your work and being able to navigate the healthy boundary of the two. And that feels really important to me because like I don't want, my place to be the place where I process my personal trauma all the time, because that's not what it's about for me. I think that, I love this place so dearly. It's the last production I had. I had a production of it in 2018 with the Corkscrew Theatre Festival, as they always reminded me. And Parsnip really gracefully and thankfully did this recording. And I don't think I ever mentioned this, but I had my start in theater as a kid in radio drama. And so I like have a really fond place in my heart for radio plays because it's how I started doing theater when I was like 9. It was like the thing that got me into it. So like I love radio theater, and like I truly think that radio drama is like the most authentic form of theater that exists right now in the pandemic. Like I know there's Zoom, but like sort of fuck Zoom theater, radio drama is where it's at. It just is true. So like I love this play. I loved doing it with Parsnip, and I think in terms of where the play stands today, I don't think I was really on to something, but I guess I just have always been interested in portraying female bodies and Asian bodies in like really important and nuanced settings. And, like this year with the unfortunate hate crimes against Asian bodies, like that's become like, I guess, a new trendy thing, which is gross. But this play sits differently because of that, perhaps. It was the first time I wrote an entire monologue in Mandarin with no translation. When we did the stage production, we did no subtitles for it, partially because we didn't have time to do it, but also because I was like, I don't think we need it. Like, I think that the speech in the way that it sits will inform an audience the way they hear it, regardless of whether they understand the actual language. And I was really thankful that the Parsnip was also like okay with that, because I was like, I'm interested in like having a small piece of this play be only accessible by a certain number of people who are listening to it, but also like I'm interested in what happens when people listen harder to what's being said, not in like actual literal words, but like the tone and the emotions of what's happening. So that felt really important to me, and like is still something that informs what I do today. I feel like this play was like a real bridge between like writing for the American theater and writing just for the theater I want in the world. Because I think the American theater has a lot of issues, including xenophobia, and like writing in another language is really, really hard for the American theater to accept. So this was like a huge step that I still feel really grateful for, both in terms of production and the Parsnip. And yeah, so I'm always just curious how the play lands, because it's one of the only plays I have where I don't translate a huge chunk of text.
I love that. And that was also like one of the things that I love when I stepped into Parsnip. It really is like, there's so much communication that happens that is not literally in the words that we say. So this emphasis on like, it has to be in English for a majority English speaking audience, like it doesn't. There are plays that have almost no or literally no dialogue at all. Mm-hmm. And yet so much happens. Like it's no matter what like what happens, no matter what we hear, no matter what we see, like no one is ever going to understand every single, like 1,000% of what's happening anyway. Totally. So I love and so happy that we are able to support, bilingual, multilingual work. There absolutely like is a place for that, like specifically in American theater. No reason not to. And it's a gorgeous part of your play.
Thank you.
Yeah, I love it. Oh gosh, do you have any other thoughts? to prepare the people.
I'm just thankful that the play still exists in this form, because it's, like in a world of no productions, I was like, I guess this is still on the internet. But yeah, I think the play still feels, there are plays that expire where you're like, damn, I shouldn't have written that. And like the things I wrote in there don't land well now. But like, I still feel like the things I wrote land like okay with me. And I'm like, I'm just thankful that that's true and that it's still out there. And I'm grateful that Parsnip is re-airing it in this form.
Absolutely love that we were able to like time capsule this place where you and your play were at. And also looking forward to hearing again for folks listening. Absolutely make sure, if you're not familiar with Parsnip's format, stay tuned until the end of the play, because Stefani and host Stefani Debris have an amazing bomb-ass interview at the end as well. And also so grateful for your words. That's the word I'm looking for. At the end of this play as well. I absolutely adore that Parsnip does actually like talk to the playwright.
Yeah, it was so fun
to hear from you.
Yeah, and the music components. I mean, I think the whole thing was just so well constructed. I was like, radio plays are where it's at, even before the pandemic. But all right.
Now everybody cares. So. So okay.
I know.
Still, cheers to that. Oh my gosh, thank you so much for taking this time to sit in virtual communion with me for a moment. Super excited for everyone to tune in to the episode. Thank you, Stefani.
Yeah, everyone, so great to chat.
Enjoy. Bye.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live radio play broadcast of Hello, everyone. Welcome to the live radio play broadcast of The Parsnip Ship Presents Delicacy of a Puffin Heart by Stefani Kuo, directed by Theo Maltz with music by May Cheung. This episode was recorded live in Brooklyn, New York in September 2018 and is produced by The Parsnip Ship and Business Lunch Productions. To listen to more episodes of The Parsnip Ship and to support our mission of amplifying bold artists for audiences who crave accessible stories and storytellers, please visit our website, theparsnipship.com, and follow us on social media at The Parsnip Ship NY. New plays, new music, this is how we hear theater. Without further ado, Delicacy of a Puffin Heart. Enjoy. Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Parsnip Ship. My name is Yvonne E. Debris. Tonight, we are having our reading at the Mark O'Donnell Theater at the Actors Fund Arts Center in downtown Brooklyn. Thank you again for hosting us this evening and for the rest of our season. Yeah. Tonight, we are hearing Delicacy of a Puffin Heart by Stefani Kuo with musical guest May Cheung, directed by Theo Maltz. Yes. We're really excited about this because this is actually our 4th season of our regular play reading and music series, and it's our most exciting one yet because this season is dedicated to and is all written by playwrights of color, and so we're really excited to be showcasing diversity on these stages and in your ears. Hot topic burn. But before we get into our evening tonight, we like to ask our playwright, what would the world be missing if it didn't have this play?
Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming. So I grew up in a family of mostly women. I have 2 sisters. My mom has 2 sisters. My grandma has 11 siblings, 9 of which are women. So I have 200 second cousins who are mostly women. It's not a curse, it's a blessing. But women are primarily the people I grew up within my life, and so the world without this play would be my life without my family and my culture and the people I love. And for a lot of women, that's a lot, and to see yourself on stage is the biggest gift I could give myself.
Yeah.
That's awesome. All right, so we're gonna head into our first song of the evening by our awesome musician, May Cheung.
As I walk in the dust, your shadow follows me, and it haunts and it taunts and it whispers in my ear. My throat. In the night, a movie plays in black and white of you and I. All the joys, all the tears that free me from your grip and your throne in my heart. How can I love you if you won't let me? The cries of the seagulls remind me of you and your throne. When I die, you hear my voice screaming so silently. All the kings will envy your throne in my heart, in my heart. All the kings will envy your
Hi, I'm Dominique Brillon, and I'll be reading Robyn.
Hi, I'm Drita Kabashi, and I'll be reading for Ana Sofia.
Hi, my name's Koren, and I'm reading the role of Paula.
Hey, I'm Diane Chen. I'm reading Meryl.
Hey, I'm Cleo Gray, and I'm reading Hadley.
Hey, I'm Brittany Anikka, and I'll be reading the stage directions. Delicacy of a Puffin Heart by Stefani Kuo. Setting. This play is set in a modest apartment in San Francisco, California in two different time periods, 1994 and 2016. The play takes place primarily in two spaces, Meryl's apartment and the headlight space. The headlight space, the space in which Robyn is most alone and most free to feel that loneliness. It is the space of grief and letting go of grief. What is your most treasured memory? Robyn, 18 years old, half Chinese and half Bulgarian, and Meryl, 46 years old, Chinese American, lay in bed. It is dark. They went to bed a few hours ago, but haven't stopped talking to actually sleep.
That's not a good reason.
What do you mean?
I mean, in
Here we
Nepal
go again.
and in many Buddhist countries, the way they handle the dead goes beyond logistics, and cremation is not just an environmental or sensible thing. It has everything to do with the way that we perceive
But we don't even
death.
have room in most cities for physical burials. Cremation just makes the most
Who
sense.
says you have to be buried in the city?
You don't even believe in burials.
Do you remember that river?
Yes, the World Heritage Site or whatever.
People go there to die. They wait to die, and when they do, they are put onto stretchers, and there is an entire ritual where their loved ones and family members come to watch as their body is set on fire and let drift down
Do
the
you
river.
know how terrible that is for water pollution?
Would you rather feel bad taking a bath or feel bad dying?
Mom, there are people who are literally stressed about where to find drinking water day and night.
Your mother grew up poor, okay? I don't need you to tell me about being
You had
poor.
drinking
And
water.
understanding death is one of the most important things about life. About Buddhism,
I'm not Buddhist.
when I die, I want to be cremated
And sent down a
and left in your
river.
home.
What?
I want my urn to be in your house.
Ew, Mom.
What? That's what any Xiaoshun daughter would do.
You didn't do that with Grandma.
Well, that's because she wanted to go into the family cemetery.
Then you should go there too.
I can't. My last name isn't Dai.
Don't you want your ashes spread?
Spread? That's the most American thing I've heard.
It's a thing people do.
Spreading people's ashes means letting them go. Don't you dare let me go. You are my daughter. I am your mother. And this way I'll get to watch you eat, watch TV, play with my grandkids.
Who says I'm having kids?
You better have kids. I'll be watching you.
I thought you didn't believe in the afterlife.
Afterlife is just more life. You know that.
Robyn falls asleep. Meryl slowly gets out of bed and exits. Robyn wakes up and looks around. She's alone in the headlight space. Take 4 minutes and tell your partner your life story in as much detail as possible. Robyn is wearing all black. She is wearing a wig and holding an urn.
Do you ever have dreams where you aren't sure if you actually dreamed it last night, or if you dreamed it 2 nights before, or months or years before, or if you've actually dreamed it twice, 3 times, or if they've been a continuation of the same story? I've recently started dreaming of glass again. Little shards of glass. I looked up what dreams about glass meant, and when they first started coming to me almost a year ago now, somehow in these dreams I was always in a classroom, or on the street, or at the hospital, or in a room full of nothing, or full of boards. And out of nowhere, I would get stabbed with little pieces of glass. Maybe stabbed isn't the right word because it's gentle, sort of, looks like slow motion at times. And I watch it happen. I watch the glass get inserted into my skin and then my flesh while I watch myself bleed. But there's never anyone there. It's always just the glass and me, the blood and me. My arm with the glass with the blood, and me, and someone I can't see doing it, while I watch myself getting gently stabbed. Recently, I started having dreams again about glass. The same dreams. Except this time, my mom was there, younger, but the way she looked when she was 40, maybe. I couldn't see her face, but I could hear her laughing. The way she used to laugh at Mama Anna's terrible jokes. But Mama wasn't there. It was just Mom. Just Mom looking for Mama While I waited for her to turn around, we were always in a museum. She was always in a corner looking at blank exhibition boards, and I kept trying to leave the museum barefoot. But every corner I turned, the museum was covered in glass, little pieces, shards of broken glass. I tried to scream for her. I tried taking my clothes off and laying them on the ground so I could leave, so I could get to her, but it was never enough. So I started picking them up. I started collecting the glass as it got stuck in my arm, in my leg, in my foot, my fingertips, my cheeks and elbows, and the back of my knee, and even when all the glass was stuck on my body, she still wouldn't turn around. I'd always wanted to keep a diary of my dreams, not because I wanted to remember or understand, but so I could know if I had dreamed of it before.
Robyn removes the wig on her head. She enters the apartment holding the urn. When did you last sing to yourself? To someone else? Robyn, 23 years old, cleans the urn and places on the mantelpiece in the apartment. She picks up clementines and brings them to the table. She begins ritualistically peeling one. The bathroom door closes. Hadley, 23 years old, Korean American, enters from the bathroom. She's rubbing her head with a towel and inspecting it with her other hand. Robyn turns around to look at her.
Holy fuck!
What?
Holy fucking Jesus of hell! Holy fuck!
Okay, I don't know why you're freaking out, but I'm not freaking out, and it's my head,
But
so
you're-
chill. Bald. Yes, I know. Hair grows. It's fine.
But
I'm trying to be a trendsetter.
being bald is not a trend. It's called being a middle-aged man.
Shh. Now my head is as shiny as yours.
Oh, shut up.
Robyn touches Hadley's bald head.
Wow.
Is it even?
Hadley touches her own head. She holds Robyn's hand and guides it to a spot.
Here.
Robyn turns on the razor and shaves off a patch of uneven hair from Hadley's head.
Dude, it's not your hair. Your head is uneven.
It's not uneven. It's like pointy.
Robyn puts one hand on Hadley's head and one on her own. She compares. This takes a little while.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't you know that?
No, I've never caressed your bald head before.
My mom said it was because she laid me down too much as a kid, so it flattened out the back of my head. So now it's all pointy.
How are babies supposed to sleep then?
I don't know. On their faces?
Weird. My mom told me she freaked out when she first held me and she dropped me, and so my head is like dented.
She dropped you?
Not like from such great heights.
They will see us waving from such great heights.
Come down now.
They'll
We'll
see.
Robyn and Hadley sit at the table peeling small clementines. They peel them carefully for a long time. Every once in a while, Robyn looks up at Hadley's head, and Hadley waves her away. Lights up on Ana Sofia and Meryl sitting at the dinner table in the same apartment with a huge binder of men, a pen, and a notebook in hand.
Seriously.
What? 6'4" tall, basketball player, and with a 200 IQ. The nice bone structure. He works as a journalist, good mix of practical and artistic. Why not?
No, I mean, why are you picking all these white men?
Oh, here we go again.
Anna, you're a Bulgarian woman.
Yes.
And I am?
What,
I'm
Meryl?
a tiny Asian woman. What's going to happen if you choose one of these tall-ass white sperm donors?
Meryl holds up a picture of a very good-looking blonde and blue-eyed white man.
We're going to walk out with our blonde and blue-eyed baby, and people are going to think I'm the nanny. Of course, we have to use a small Chinese man as the sperm donor.
No. I didn't even think of that. Our baby's going to be short.
This one looks good.
Well, how about this one?
He's Korean.
He's Asian.
Anna.
Just kidding. I know.
I'm glad we're doing this.
Really?
And that you're carrying the baby.
Me? I'm carrying? Oh my goodness gracious, golly gee, I'm to carry the infant child?
Shut up.
Oh my, your highness, I had no idea I was destined for such greatness.
Okay, enough with your bit.
I could have been a great actress.
Yesterday it was gymnast.
Either way, I'd be a perfect 10.
Who was that girl that got the perfect 10? Nadia
Comaneci.
Yeah, that's right. You should have been her.
She's not Bulgarian, she's Romanian.
Same.
It's not the same.
And anyway, gymnastics is a terrible sport for kids.
I don't think it's the sport. It's the countries that are crazy about it.
Yeah, well, with a half Eastern European, half Chinese kid, she'd go crazy.
When my mother was training on the national team, she told me one of her closest friends, who was the best at the uneven bars, one day during training, the coach was pushing her to try and do some kind of spin flip, and she landed on the lower bar in the middle of her spine.
Jesus.
Yeah, and now she's paralyzed for life. Or was, I guess. She's dead, probably.
Meryl gets up.
What? Wait, where are you going?
To take a shower.
Can I come?
This is me time.
Okay, just kidding.
Meryl exits. Ana Sofia continues to mark down sperm donor options.
How many are we doing again?
49, technically.
49? I have to go to church soon.
I know. It's okay. I've been doing like one slice for each week instead of an entire clementine.
Is that disrespectful?
I don't think so. I mean, I made the rules up.
Right.
You don't have to do this with me every week.
I want to.
Okay.
I can't believe it's been 49 weeks.
Yeah.
That's
11 and a half months.
wow.
I was thinking maybe we could do a dinner
A dinner?
for like the year anniversary.
That could be fun.
Like just the two of us.
Hey, what about Vietnamese?
The bathroom door opens. The shower is running, and the sound becomes louder with the open door.
Fuck you!
The bathroom door closes. The sound of the shower becomes softer. Robyn and Hadley take their 49 slices of clementines and slowly lay them out in front of the urn.
My mom's starting a new restaurant with my grandma in Korea.
Like goyang?
Not really. It's like a barbecue and beer restaurant.
Like American barbecue?
No, like intestines.
Oh.
Like Asian barbecue, like liver and stomach and heart.
Wow.
It's good. I wonder what your mom would say about that.
Oh, organs?
Yeah, wasn't she Buddhist?
Yeah. She loved organs. Pig's blood especially. Not all Buddhists are vegetarian. Although with karma, you're not supposed to eat animals or kill things or whatever.
One time I saw a monk who tried to get a mosquito off the sidewalk.
One time I saw a monk with an iPhone.
And?
I don't think they're supposed to have iPhones.
What?
I think they're supposed to be like Zen and cut off and shit. Like my mom used to tell me, some monks aren't even real monks. They're just dudes who pretend to look like monks to ask for money.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with real monks, though.
Nah, just a fake monk thing.
What is it? If you have bad karma in the next life, you turn into an animal?
If you weren't that terrible, you become a dog or something.
But if you were awful, then you get turned into a rat or chicken, chopped up and served in Chinatown.
Or your mom's restaurant.
True.
Hadley exits the bathroom. Robyn looks at the urn.
Can I borrow one of your pads?
Yeah, please don't return it.
Meryl enters with a towel on her hair. She looks at the page Ana Sofia is on.
I think this guy should go. He says he had a lot of pimples.
Well, it says he had several.
I had several in high school, and that was a nightmare and a half.
I didn't have any.
Your point?
Well, look at me now. It doesn't make a difference.
Well, I'm not risking high school humiliation for our kid.
Our kid isn't going to be like, American, is she?
What's wrong with being American?
You're not American.
Anna?
Meryl holds her tongue. They continue looking together. Hadley enters with her Sunday best on, carrying a purse, ready to go.
I hope there's a good sermon today.
Have you heard this joke? What do you call Batman when he doesn't go to church?
What?
Guess.
A bad man?
No.
What?
Yes.
I don't know. A bad Christian?
Close.
Joker? A Jew?
What?
I don't know.
You're so bad at guessing.
It's because you're bad at telling jokes.
Are you ready? Christian Bale.
Oh my God. That was terrible.
You're going to be late.
Jesus don't wait for nobody.
Hey, Had?
Yeah?
Thanks for your shaved head.
It's just hair. Hair grows.
I know. I would hope so, for your sake.
Shush.
Okay, bye. Go. Hadley exits. Robyn sits for a moment and then begins to clean the clementine peels up. She sits in front of the urn. Ana Sofia holds up pictures of two men.
How about these two then? They seem a little chubbier than we want.
Let's cross this guy out. And this one. And this one. Looks like he could bald early.
This one too.
Great. Down to 2. I say this one.
Why?
Seems closer to what I look like.
You sure? Because I think this guy looks more like it.
Ew, no he doesn't. Now this other guy, has flat feet.
Isn't that a bad thing?
Yeah, but I have flat feet.
Are we looking for the ideal sperm or someone like you?
An ideal me.
What about being gay?
What about it?
Shouldn't we look for someone gay to match you too?
Don't be stupid. Being gay is not hereditary.
Really?
I mean, you weren't gay till me.
In Bulgaria, we have no such thing.
But you have single moms.
My mother left me because she only wanted my brother. That's not the same. That's a choice.
I was just making a joke.
Robyn looks at the urn and takes a slice of clementine. She eats it. Meryl and Ana Sofia look at each other. Lights shift into, what is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Lights up on Paula, 23 years old, Israeli-American, and Hadley, looking up at a lit-up MRI of a brain. It is later that same night in 2016. We are in Paula's apartment. They are studying with an intensity and focus medical students treat their futures with.
Okay, so this superior sagittal sinus. Yes, and this vein of Galen. What does it do? Drains anterior and central parts of the brain into sinuses of the posterior cerebral fossa. Good. Now this is the choroid plexus of the third ventricle. It produces the cerebral spinal fluid in the third ventricle of the brain, and also acts as a filtration system. It removes foreign substances, metabolic waste, and excess neurotransmitters from the cerebral spinal fluid. CSF, as it is. Now this bone. Hadley. What? You're pointing at a bone. Inferior medullary vellum. Crap. You gotta brush up. I'm just tired. I just want to be a doctor. So do I. Right. Okay. And this is? The hippocampus. Duh. And when it's smaller, it signifies damage indicating memory loss or damage to ability to record memory. And the ability to regulate mood and emotion. As with patients with mental illnesses. Like schizophrenia. Depression. Bipolar disorder 1. Or bipolar disorder 2. Or medical students studying. That's not funny. Sorry. But what is the point of knowing the number of elements on the periodic table when a patient comes in with a cucumber up his butthole? What? Like a cucumber up his... Yes, I heard you, but what? I don't know. I was watching TV last night and there was some guy, it was a funny sitcom or something, who had to go to the hospital because his wife was away for the weekend and he stuck a cucumber up his butthole to, I don't know. Hadley, Grey's Anatomy is not real life. That's not what I watched. Come on, focus. Have you studied for the oral exams yet? No. Can we study together? Duh. How's Robyn? Good. Okay. That's good. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't know. No, it's okay. I just don't really talk about it that much. Right. Or I mean, I do. I talk about cancer at the hospital. I know what the side effects are. We know. I know about the chemicals going into her body. I know what her brain probably looks like. I know all this stuff. But then I go home and it's like, I just don't know. I don't know what to do. How many cycles has she done now? Of chemo? Yeah. Well, she started 6 months ago, so I guess she goes into her 6th tomorrow. It's hard. Yeah, I guess. I mean, honestly, though, I feel like she's had harder. That's what she said. What? Never mind. I mean, family is such an important part of recovery. You're basically her family. You know what I mean. Yeah. Didn't her mom... Well, yeah. Both of them, right? Her birth mom didn't really fully raise her, and her mom, I mean, it was just really awful. Is her birth mom still around? I don't know. We don't really talk about her. Must be hard. I think it's buried deep, deep way down. Like so much so that
she doesn't even know it?
Maybe.
Life is so unfair.
It's not even the fairness of it. I just don't even know what I would do what I should do, given the fact that I do have a mom. I mean, I have a dad. I have a family, however messy.
Well, she's lucky she has you.
I don't think I'd use the word lucky.
Right.
I feel guilty leaving her. Like every time I have to go do something, even though studying with you, it's...
Of course, I feel that way about Ira.
What do you mean?
Like, sometimes I feel like even studying with you is leaving him.
Okay.
Which sounds silly, I know, but I know how much he loves me.
Okay.
You know, I went to visit him in his hometown, and his mom walked in on us having sex, or heard us having sex more like, and I just thought it was hilarious because whatever. I mean, of course he was having sex. What did she think? She was like so possessive and jealous of me and how important I seemed to him. And I was like, seriously, woman?
That's wild.
But I feel like your relationship with Robyn is sometimes like mine with Ira.
You've been dating for 2 months.
Yeah, but like...
I mean, Robyn and I have been friends for like forever.
You know how quickly you can get intimate with someone when it's a romantic relationship.
Right.
Anyway, Bone.
What?
This is Bone.
Oh.
You thought the other thing was Bone before, but this is it.
Bone. Right.
Hadley's phone buzzes. She gets distracted. Lights down on Hadley and Paula in shift 2. Name 3 things you and your partner appear to have in common. One evening, 1994. Lights up on Ana Sofia at home. Meryl enters in a full workout outfit, holding shopping bags. She is wearing a suit jacket and matching skirt. Ana Sofia is reading a baby book on the sofa. Meryl kicks off her shoes at the door and stomps into the apartment.
Ugh. You're home early.
You won't believe what happened today.
What?
He touched my butt.
No.
Yep, he touched my butt.
You mean
Charlie touched my butt.
like balding Charlie?
Yeah.
Ew.
I know.
That's disgusting.
I know, and I really wanted to just kick him in the balls.
Did you?
No, I was wearing a skirt.
Oh.
Stupid dress code.
Oh gosh, I'm sorry.
And then the worst thing is that after that I saw him touching Susie's butt too.
Secretary Susie?
Yeah.
Isn't she like 60?
Yeah.
Who is this at the group meeting?
Right afterwards.
Like right in the middle?
Well, he was in the middle, obviously, with all the other guys. I mean, oh, you won't believe this, right? Susie, the other Susie, 50-year-old Susie, sat down at the big table today. I know, right? So she sat down, which is technically her right because she is a senior member of the company. And so she sat down and that is what the big table is for. But then everyone goes quiet. And Brian, well, actually, Charlie taps Brian on the shoulder. And then Brian goes and waves Susan down. But then Susan doesn't see. So he hisses at me and is like, you should tell Susan to move from the big table. Like he had this whole look of concern on his face. And I was like, oh, yeah, yes, I should, Brian. I really should. Except that the table is meant for senior members and you are just a paralegal and Susie is not. So he tries to wave Susan down again. And I punched him in the face.
What?
Well, no, I thought about punching him in the face. You know? And I told him that. I was like, I want to punch you in the face, but I won't. Instead, if you make Susie move from the table, I will send your wife footage of you fucking our intern in this room.
Did he?
In that room? I don't know, but it worked. And he just turned silently away, right? And then Susie left the table anyway, but that was mostly after they squeezed her out with their stupid rolly chairs. And then I got this book.
Meryl holds up a book triumphantly.
Practice run. How to dress like a
lesbian. How to dress like a lesbian.
What?
I know.
Wait, how to
dress like a...
You're already a lesbian.
Yes, but you see, I don't think I dress enough like a lesbian because men still hit on me. You know what I mean? I mean, granted, touching a lesbian's butt is still touching a butt. But it got me thinking. Huh? I've never come across as a lesbian.
I mean, I knew.
Yes, but that's you were my roommate and heard me having sex all the time.
I did not.
Right, sure. Well, anyway, okay. I was reading this in my car.
While you were driving?
No, when I was parked at the mall.
What?
Listen to me.
Okay,
so you have to read this.
The panelists included Gibbs, a butch who appreciates butches, Claudia and Anthony, a femme who appreciates gentlemanly butches.
Keep reading.
Some of the key essentials they have outlined in this book include the quintessential flannel, utilitarian boots, and haircut.
Yes.
What is this?
It's how to look more like
No, yes, I get it.
And then I went and got us some clothes.
What?
Because I think it's important that we look like lesbians because we are.
Wait, what did you buy?
And since we're also trying to, make a baby, I also thought it might be a good practice to adopt. I was at work, and this is before the big meeting, but there wasn't much going on, so I went through all of my junk mail, and there was one about animal preservation or preservation or conservation or whatever. So I sent in a check to adopt some animals, like lorises, like they're called slow lorises or something, right? And also some penguins. I mean, it's not like a real adoption, but you just pay a few $100s a month to adopt them, and it's
a few $100 a month, Meryl. You have to cancel that check. And you have to return these clothes.
Come on, just try them on for me.
You need to return these.
Anna.
We can't afford this.
Come on.
Please be sensible.
This is important
and
to me.
penguins, really?
You're horrible.
Meryl starts ripping the tags off the clothes so they can't return them.
Please. Meryl.
I was just trying to be helpful, and this is how you respond?
Helpful? Meryl, you have to communicate with me. Do you understand that?
For God's sake.
No, don't get all exasperated on me. You have to tell me when you do things because it matters. Because our finances, our home, all of this belongs to both of us.
So I'm not allowed to surprise you anymore? Is that what you're saying? So everything I do, I have to communicate?
Meryl goes to the fridge.
Anna, I am going to eat this apple.
Meryl takes a bite out of the apple.
Anna, I'm going to throw this muffin on the ground.
Meryl throws the muffin on the ground.
Stop it.
Oh, Anna, I am going to...
Ana Sofia grabs Meryl and closes the fridge.
What do you want from me? I'm trying to commune.
Ana Sofia kisses Meryl.
I don't want to fight.
I wasn't trying to fight. I was trying to be a good partner.
I'm sorry work was bad today. I know things are hard. For both of us.
I hate my job.
I know.
You're the only person who understands me.
I know.
I can't lose that too.
Let's just go take a shower, all right?
Ana Sofia guides Meryl into the bathroom. The shower turns on. Ana Sofia re-enters.
Hold on.
Ana Sofia picks up the apple and the muffin and cleans up the mess. She throws them away. She exits. If you were to die this evening with no opportunity to communicate with anyone, what would you most regret not having told someone? Why haven't you told them yet? Outside the hospital, Robyn and Hadley sit in Hadley's car in the parking lot. Hadley is still wearing her scrubs, and Robyn is in full black again. They do not drive.
How was gynecology?
Smelly.
That's not good. Here, got you a snack.
Clementines, really?
What? They're a snack.
How was chemo?
Exciting. I told my Christian Bale
Oh,
joke.
no.
There was this girl next to me. She looked like she was 12, but she must have been like 15 or 16. And when I got to the punchline, she was like, Heath Ledger gave me cancer.
What?
Isn't that weird? I didn't say anything, but I don't know if she meant like he gave it to her like an STI or like when he died, she was so sad she got cancer. It was weird.
Do you ever think about your parents having sex?
Ew. All the time.
Ew, all the time?
It's a natural part of life.
My parents are getting a divorce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's poop.
Sounds like it.
It's feces.
So, feces. Do you think it's a good thing? Like for your mom?
I don't know. She sounded really confused when she called me. She was like, "We're getting a divorce?" with a question mark. Like she was asking me.
Oy vey.
I just didn't know what to say.
Divorce is hard.
I just feel like...
I mean, hasn't it becoming in a way?
What do you mean?
Like, you know, I mean, your parents haven't lived together for almost like at all.
I mean, they did until I was 7.
But like not for the past 15 years since he went back to Korea and he's had that girlfriend who like sucks.
Yeah, but divorce is different.
I know what divorce is.
I mean, your moms weren't even married.
Marriage is just an institution.
And also very complicated.
What are you saying?
I'm saying divorce has so much to do with money and finances and estates and I don't know, custody. I mean, my brother isn't a minor anymore, thank God, but like...
I had to deal with all of that too.
Yeah, well, I don't think my mom wants a divorce.
Oh.
My dad asked for it.
Oh.
Because we're not... Whatever. Clearly wants another kid.
Oh.
Hadley rolls down the window and puts her arm on the window ledge. She looks outside.
I know your parents splitting up was hard, but it doesn't mean it's just like the same, okay?
You know, right after my mama Anna left, my mom took me to a zoo. I think she was like in denial or something, or needed to keep moving. So we just spent the whole day there, hours and hours of walking around the same animals. She was like, la, 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 look at the cute penguins. And I was like, la, 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 okay, but where's mama? And she would just say, just look at how happy the animals are. But they looked really weird. And I was like, what's happening, Mom? And she just said, oh, God, and covered my eyes because the penguins were just like,
Ew.
Hadley looks back at Robyn, who has been waiting for her to make eye contact.
Yeah, sex ed in the real world is just nature.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about your mom.
It's okay. It's probably for the best.
I didn't mean it to say that.
I know. I know you didn't. I don't know what my mom wants. Like, maybe I don't want them to get a divorce.
Why would you?
I don't know. He's terrible. He mistreats her all the time. He never does enough, and yet she loves him.
You love him too.
Sometimes I hate that.
It's because you have a big heart.
Haha.
No, I'm serious. You have one of the biggest hearts of anyone I've ever known.
That's probably a bad thing.
It's one of the things I admire most about you. Sometimes I feel like my heart is a shrunken piece of flesh.
What?
Like there isn't enough room for both my moms.
I mean, memory still takes up room.
Memories are meant to be forgotten.
Do you ever think about what it would be like if your mom stayed together?
All the time. Like, Mama gave birth to me, and it's not like them splitting up made me not believe in love or whatever, but like, I don't know. It's weird, you know?
Yeah.
My therapist says I use the word weird too much.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She says sometimes when she asks me stuff or when I describe things, I use the word weird to sub in for like actual feelings.
Huh.
Like if I'm feeling sad or frustrated or lonely or bad in any way, I use the word weird so I don't have to feel it. But apparently, I mean, obviously, weird isn't an emotion.
Weird. I'm glad you're seeing her again.
Yeah. I was telling her how weird it is. Like, the people I meet from now on will never have known my mom. Isn't that strange?
Yeah.
Whoever I end up with, if I end up with anyone, won't have ever known my mom.
That makes me sad.
Me too.
I'm surprised you closed your eyes, with the penguins.
Are you going to eat that clementine?
I'm saving it.
For what?
Later.
Fine. Well, can we go?
Hadley starts driving. As she drives, Robyn looks towards Hadley, but Hadley keeps her eyes on the road. She opens her mouth to speak, but Hadley does not notice. Robyn gets out of the moving car, and we are suddenly in the headlight space. Robyn is alone, considering. How do you feel about your relationship with your mother? Robyn pulls a clementine out of her bag, peels, and eats it.
They're supposed to be kumquats for good luck. We used to have them every year. We used to have a small kumquat tree in our house, and every year during Chinese New Year, we would count how many little golden oranges had grown. How many pots of gold will we have this year? Right before my mom died, she couldn't really talk anymore. So I spent most of our days sitting by her bedside, feeding her. We spent hours every day just looking through the same photo albums over and over again. There was the picture of us at Disneyland, the one where they were swinging me with their arms. Here was the one where I got bronchitis, and the one before I was born where they were wearing matching dresses. There was the one before they started dating, and the one after Mama left. When it was just me and Mom at the zoo, it wasn't a picture of us, just of the penguins in a blur. And there was always the last ones that we would get to and never really look at. The ones of Mama Ana after giving birth. The one where she hasn't been allowed to hold me yet and her hair is matted to her face and her arms are reaching out towards Mom, towards me. I would flip through the photos by her bedside and feed her clementines. They were meant to be kumquats, but there weren't any kumquats left on the tree. It was the only thing she would eat. The only thing she wanted to eat. The tree never grew any kumquats again after that, so I threw it away. After she died, I kept flipping through the album like she wasn't there, or like she was. And before the funeral home director arrived, I peeled another clementine. I ate half of it. I ate most of it. And then I opened her mouth and slipped one in, so when she left, she would have one for the road.
Robyn does not finish her clementine. She puts it down and goes to lay down on the couch. Blackout. Do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? The apartment. Later that night, Robyn is sleeping on the couch. Hadley, in a going out outfit, sneaks into the living room from the bedroom and goes to Robyn's side.
Hey, Rob? Rob. Never mind.
Hadley backs away from Robyn.
What?
Robyn sits up on the couch.
Are you going out tonight or tomorrow?
Wait, what?
It's okay if you are. I'm just wondering.
No, I'm home.
Okay.
What's up?
Can I borrow your wig?
Oh, yeah, of course.
I don't have lice or anything.
I don't think you can have lice when you're bald.
Right.
It has these weird
highlights. I know. I kind of like them.
Well, let me go get it.
Robyn sits up slowly and painfully. She exits to get her wig.
It's not that I'm embarrassed to be bald.
Robyn re-enters with the wig.
Okay, dude. I get it. It's weird.
I'm
I'm not offended. I promise.
It's just that I have this thing tonight and then this meeting tomorrow.
Okay.
It's actually for this Jesuit volunteering project I told you about.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
And I just,
I know.
I was actually going to ask you if you could write my peer recommendation letter for it.
Oh.
You don't have to be Catholic.
To be your peer?
I mean,
I got it. Don't worry. Sit down.
Hadley sits down on the couch. Robyn goes behind her and starts to slowly fit a wig cap over Hadley's head.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah, of course.
Have you ever not believed in God?
You mean like before I started going to church?
No, I mean like during your time of like being Catholic.
Oh, like moments of doubt.
Yeah.
All the time, Rob. Like all the freaking time.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, God, sometimes the most intense moments of prayer I go into are when I'm the most pissed off at God or like the least chill believer.
Huh.
Can I tell you a secret?
Of course.
Okay, promise you won't freak out.
Yes.
Promise you won't be weird about it.
Promise.
Okay. I'm in love with a priest.
What? You told me not to be weird about it.
Yeah, I didn't say like be a robot and don't react.
Okay. So tell me everything.
That's it. That's everything.
Wait, this is
Father Yang from my church.
Isn't he like a 5-ever-old?
No, he's like my mom's age.
Gross.
Shush. Today he told me the coolest thing.
What? What?
Okay. Did you know that acorns are seeds?
I guess.
Because I didn't. Like, I was sitting right outside of church after service and was praying for my brother because he's applying to be a citizen soon, and I'm like really paranoid about it.
Right.
So anyway, I turned around and I saw a pile of acorns and just started weeping. Because every time Mom, Liam, and I used to go hiking, we would pick acorns to give to the squirrels, and my mom would always leave them on this rock we prayed to.
I think I remember you telling me about this mountain.
Yeah, it was right behind our house. And I mean, we didn't pray to the rock, obviously. We prayed to God. But my mom really loved this rock. And so acorns, for me, represent memories I have of her and our home. And so anyway, so I squatted down to take pictures of the acorns to send to my mom. And the priest came out.
Of the closet.
So he came out and he was like, "That's a nice photo."
Hot.
And I was like, "Yeah, my mom and I used to feed these to squirrels." And he started joking around with me about how we should feed them to the squirrels nearby so that they get super fat and can't move. Because apparently one time they jumped on one of the altar boys for the communion bread. And like I was laughing really stupidly. And he kept going and was like, "Or feed them all the acorns so they turn into trees. You know how your parents used to say that eating watermelon seeds would lead to a watermelon tree growing inside of you?" And I was like, "Wait, what?"
Damn, Father Yang. That's kind of cool, though.
Yeah. I told my mom about it and she was like, "Keep praying for your brother's citizenship test." Like that was the only part of the story she heard.
I'm sure he'll do great.
But like, that made me really angry at God, you know?
Like the citizenship stuff?
Well, yeah, the citizenship stuff. But also like, I am in love with a man, I think, I don't really know if I know what love is, who won't and can't ever love me back.
Right.
I mean, I don't think he would even if he wasn't a priest, but I don't know why God would do that.
I'd be pretty pissed at God too.
Robyn comes out from behind the couch and looks at Hadley.
You look good in my wig.
Really?
Yeah. Like a cute Jesuit.
Oh my God.
Hadley's phone dings with a message.
Oh.
Hadley goes to look at her phone.
Who's that?
It's, hold on.
Hadley texts back.
Give me one. Sorry.
Is that your priest?
Hadley is still looking at her phone.
What? Ew, no, it's just,
Hadley's phone rings.
Hello? What? Oh.
Hadley opens the front door.
Who was...
Hey. Sorry, I didn't know if I was supposed to... Oh.
Paula sees Hadley's wig.
Hi. Oh, yeah,
it looks good.
Chic. Thanks. It's,
Hadley looks toward Robyn.
Are you ready to go to this shindig?
Yes, just let me get my stuff together.
Paula finally enters the apartment and sees Robyn behind Hadley. The three of them are never in a room together.
Hey, Robyn.
Hi. Wasn't expecting you.
Well, here I am.
Oh, yeah, I forgot you were coming up.
Where are you guys off to?
We're
just this little gathering at the med school.
Well, not at the med school. It's at a bar.
I mean, with our classmates and stuff, like very nerdy stuff.
Cool.
Hold on, I'm going to go grab my smaller purse.
Hadley exits to get her purse. Robyn and Paula are alone. Awkward silence. Hadley returns.
Ready?
Yes, got my wallet, my phone. That's it, right? That's it. Okay. I'll be back soon.
Don't worry about me. It's not like I'm your paranoid boyfriend. Just don't spill anything on...
Oh, I don't have to wear this out if you're worried, although I definitely will not. And I really would like to wear it for the interview tomorrow if you'd help me put it on.
Yeah, sure. You should wear it tonight, though, as like a trial run, maybe?
Okay.
Sorry, it's just I only have one, so yeah.
It's like Rent the Runway, except rent the wig. Okay, we should go.
Okay. Bye, Rob.
The door closes. Robyn flops onto bed.
It's like Rent the Runway, except rent the wig, you sick, sad little cancer fuck.
Robyn beats the pillow into the couch and screams uncontrollably. Simultaneously, Meryl enters and starts to throw the furniture and all the belongings in the house all over the place. It is messy but methodical. She turns the TV on its side. She turns all the chairs sideways. She brings in a bottle of mayonnaise and stares at the Chinese calligraphy painting in the house. We continue into share a personal problem and ask your partner's advice on how he or she might handle it. Also, ask your partner to reflect back to you how you seem to be feeling about the problem you have chosen. Meryl is sweating. We hear the sound of the key in the door. Ana Sofia enters, coming from work.
Oh my God.
I'm not done yet.
What are you doing, Meryl?
Everything is bad. Everything is fucked. I mean, these paintings, the feng shui was all fucked up by them.
Meryl grabs a bottle of mayonnaise and squeezes it all over a painting.
What are you doing? That was a gift from your mother.
Yeah. And she was doing voodoo magic on you when she was alive. Did you know that?
What?
Ana Sofia begins to put things back into place, like receipts and important bills that have been stuffed into flower vases.
Meryl, why is the TV sideways?
Because the devil can see into our house. This way we can trick him into only seeing the floor and protect ourselves.
Okay, honey. We have to calm down.
No, we do not have to calm down. You have to fucking help me.
Okay,
It's
I will
important.
help you.
Don't
Let's just
see
sit down and drink some water first.
Are you hungry? I mean, I cooked food earlier and I couldn't eat it all. I'm getting fat. The meds are making me fat. I made too much and I can't finish it, and it is such a waste. And
Did you take your meds today, Meryl?
Get it together. Come on, we're being watched.
Ana Sofia goes towards the front door.
What are you doing? We can't leave. We're being watched. We have to barricade the doors.
Meryl rushes to the door and blocks it with a chair. The door turns again. The door is blocked by the chair. Meryl grabs a knife and points it towards the door. The door inches open. Hadley grunts as she tries to get in.
Get out of our house. Get out.
Meryl,
get out.
There's no one there.
Get out.
Put the knife down.
Get out. No.
Meryl charges at the door and Ana Sofia with a knife.
Meryl, no.
Shit.
Meryl's knife lunges into the back of the door just as Hadley falls in. Robyn enters behind her. Ana Sofia slowly approaches Meryl from the back and holds her down.
You okay?
Yeah, that door.
I called the guy to come fix it.
Yeah, it's not a big deal.
Hadley and Robyn exit to the bathroom, the sound of vomiting.
Sorry.
I'm here.
The sound of vomiting.
Meryl,
Will you stop saying my fucking name like I'm dead?
can we please just sit down and breathe for a second? Just for a second.
The home phone rings.
Who is that? Someone is after
Meryl,
us.
did you
Someone
hear
is
me?
after us. The meds make me drowsy and I can't.
I can't do this right now.
The phone rings again. Ana Sofia walks over to try and grab Meryl, who pushes Ana Sofia away.
Don't patronize me. Don't pick up.
Why?
Meryl yanks the phone out of Ana Sofia's hand and slams the phone down.
Are they coming for us?
No one is coming for us. Lie down, all right?
Meryl and Ana Sofia lie down on the couch. Robyn and Hadley re-enter.
I can't feel my fingers.
Is that normal? Has that happened?
I think it's just a side effect.
Hadley goes to get water.
Careful.
Robyn gulps water.
Slowly.
Thanks.
Hadley's phone rings. Is the ringtone of Kakao Talk, the Korean messaging app.
Your mom.
Ignore it.
Kakao Talk rings again. Hadley ignores the call.
Everything okay?
Yeah.
Okay. Because you're ignoring your mom's calls.
Hadley receives several texts in a row on Kakao Talk. Robyn looks at her.
I'll call her later.
Okay.
She's signing divorce papers.
Oh, I totally...
It's not a big deal. She wants to move to Hawaii.
Hawaii?
She wants to move there because it's technically the U.S., so she's thinking she wants...
She wants you to move there with her.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound so bad. Hawaii?
It doesn't. I know. I mean, it's pretty amazing, actually, to have home be in Hawaii with the weather and nature and all that. But I don't know why, and I feel bad saying this, but like, what would I even do there?
I get it.
And I know I have an obligation to take care of my mom and parents and stuff.
You don't.
What?
You do not have an obligation to take care of your parents. They're the ones who should be taking care of you.
Meryl sits up. Robyn and Meryl make eye contact.
I'm just going to go lie down, okay?
Hadley helps Robyn out into the room. They exit.
Ana, wake up.
What?
Robyn shrieks in pain.
Did you hear that?
There's nothing there, Meryl, please.
Shut up, listen.
To what? Meryl, I'm exhausted. Please, just let me sleep.
Sleep? You want to sleep? I overheard you talking to the doctor, telling them about how sick I am.
What are you talking about?
Tell me, Ana. How can I be sick? I went to lunch. Dinner? I watched 2 movies. I went through an entire day of work.
Stop.
I'm unfit to be a parent? Huh? I'm so sick I'm a hazard? I'm in danger? Of what? Of being poisoned by you?
Meryl pulls out a stash of pills from beneath a cushion on the couch.
You haven't been taking your meds? Meryl. Oh, Meryl.
Jesus Christ. You think I would just trust you with my meds? So you could just kill me and take my money?
Meryl, you're sick.
Wow. Is that all I am to you now?
No, of course you know that's not true.
What are you getting defensive because you feel guilty about what? The baby?
Meryl, stop.
You're lying to me. You're keeping things from me, and I know it. I can smell it from a mile away.
Meryl, stop it right now. Otherwise, I'm going to call your doctor.
How am I supposed to trust anything you say? Ask me why I wanted to have a baby with you, Ana.
What?
Ask me. Ask me. Ask me why I wanted to have a baby with you. Come on, ask me.
No.
Ask me. Ask me why.
Why did you want to have a baby with me, Meryl?
What kind of a question is that?
You asked me to say it. So now answer the question.
About what?
About why did you want to be with me and have a baby with me in the first place?
Because I love you.
Wow.
Do you not believe me?
You know, I can tell when you're lying to me too.
Ana Sofia runs to the bathroom. She locks herself in. Meryl runs after her. She bangs on the door.
Please don't leave me.
Ana Sofia opens the bathroom door.
What is that supposed to mean?
Robyn enters, followed by Hadley.
I can get it. Don't worry.
You should be lying down.
Will you help put it on me?
Robyn gets the heat compression, hands it to Hadley, and Hadley gently puts it on her back.
Robyn, can you talk or point?
Robyn shifts her body weight and points to her back.
Just a spasm.
On your back?
Mm-hmm. Robyn slowly tries to turn over. Hadley helps her turn over so she can look.
Oh my God, Robyn. Oh my God.
It's okay. I swear it's not that bad.
It is so much worse than it used to be. Rob, it looks really, really bad. I don't think it's supposed to look like that.
Hadley inspects other parts of her body, her shoulders, her neck.
There are so many bruises, Robyn.
Side effect. You know this.
I know, but okay, I know you're going to say no, but I'm going to call the doctor just to be sure, okay? I know.
Hadley, I'm fine.
Hadley looks through her things for her notebook and phone. She finds both and dials.
Hadley, stop, please.
Hello? Yes, I'll hold.
Actually, would you pass me the phone so I could talk to him maybe?
Just lie still, okay? Hi, yes, I'm looking for Dr. Lachlan Simmons, please, for a current patient of his.
Hadley.
Lachlan Simmons, Simmons, and the patient's name is Robyn Lynn, Lin.
I'm fine. I'm feeling better already.
Robyn, yes, Lin.
Try my middle name. Try.
Okay. I see.
Robyn lunges for the phone. It falls to the ground. She knocks over Meryl's picture frame next to the urn. She knocks over the clementine slices on the plate.
What are you doing?
Robyn leaps for it and scrambles to look at it and dial back.
Pick up.
Robyn?
Please.
Where do those bruises come from?
Hello? Yes. Hi. This is Robyn from earlier this morning.
Stop it, Robyn.
Hadley grabs a phone from Robyn.
What? I was just on the phone with Dr. Simmons.
They said there's no Dr. Simmons at the hospital.
That must have been a new nurse.
But they also said that they don't have any records of you.
That can't be. I was just there this morning. Here, I just spoke to him.
Where did those bruises come from, Robyn? What is going on? What are you hiding from me?
What do you mean? Nothing.
Talk to me, Robyn. Just talk to me.
Here, just let me try again.
Try what? What are you saying?
Oh my God. How did I blank? I just completely forgot that Dr. Simmons transferred hospitals, so I can't get in contact with him the way I used to through the hospital. So I've been talking to him on his cell.
Then who have you been getting your chemo from?
I was at the hospital this morning, but he had already taken the records with him.
You mean he personally packed them up and left to go to his new hospital immediately?
Robyn starts pacing.
I guess so. I don't know. I mean, he's pretty energetic and charismatic, so I'm sure the staff asked to help him move, and he just waved them off and said he'd do it all by himself. I mean, he's great to me so far. Actually, since you're interested in gynecology and stuff, maybe it's interesting for you to talk to him because he treats a lot of women with ovarian cancer, although he also dabbles in some other stuff, not just medical stuff either, but he also bikes a lot. Did you know that apparently bikers are some of the highest calorie burning athletes ever? Like they have to eat 6,000 or 7,000 calories just to make up for the amount they burn while they're training and exercising during the day. It's like
Robyn,
crazy.
please talk to me.
I'm talking right now.
Okay, so you told me a year ago that you went to the doctors and when you got your checkup, they found...
Yes, that was Dr. Simmons, Lockie, as we call him. Yes, he did my checkup and found a tumor. And that's when it all began. And I've been with him since. Of course, there have been other doctors involved, nurses, experts, experimental doctors, working on trials and such, and showing up here and there. But for the most part, it's just been me and Lockie in it together.
Dr. Simmons, and he moved today, right? And, where did he move to?
Just another hospital office. It's not like he's tenured or anything.
Okay, and you've been getting chemotherapy from him for a while now, correct?
Correct, yes.
Which is why your hair fell out.
Yes.
And why there are bruises all over your back.
Yes.
Call him.
Who?
Dr. Simmons.
No?
Yes.
Okay.
Right now.
Robyn grabs the phone and looks at it.
Shit. Out of battery. Let me go grab my charger.
Hadley grabs her own phone and hands it to Robyn without looking at her.
Use mine.
I don't remember his number.
You just said you did.
I'll call in a little bit when my phone's back on.
It's not real.
What?
Oh my God.
What did you say?
It's not real.
Hadley.
What are you doing to yourself?
Please, Hadley, listen to me. We will call him in a few minutes once my phone charges up. How's that?
What are you doing to yourself? Robyn, why are you hurting yourself?
Please, let me just...
Hadley exits the apartment. Robyn freezes at the door. She waits a moment and runs out after Hadley. Meryl and Ana Sofia re-enter.
You thought I would just leave you after I got my green card.
Or after you got tired of taking care of me.
Meryl, I've slept less than 2 hours every night for the past 2 weeks. I haven't been able to eat anything except fucking lentils. I'm exhausted. My hands shake when I pick up a glass to drink water. I can't even stomach coffee anymore. I haven't eaten solid food in days. I haven't slept without feeling like I'm going to wake up to you with a knife ready to stab into my eyes over my head. You refuse to go to the doctor. You refuse to take your meds. You don't sleep. You don't eat. You throw shit on the walls. You shit all over the floors when you think it'll do our apartment some good. Oh, you don't trust our doorman. So I have to walk up 16 flights of stairs to get to our home. And I'm dizzy. I'm fucking dehydrated all the fucking time because I can't stop crying.
This is what it's like to be with me. You knew that. You knew that this was a part of it. I told you, didn't I? I told you this is not who I am, but this is a huge part of me. And I told you not to commit to this if you're not up for it, didn't I? So what, are you bailing now?
Meryl, I do everything for you. I do it all. I want it all. It's the craziest thing. Do you want to hear a joke? I never once stopped to think about not doing any of those things. Because I love you. But you're right. I've been lying to you.
I knew it.
I'm pregnant.
Ana.
The doctor said there was a heartbeat.
Oh.
But he said there was a low chance of it actually happening because the baby was so small then it might just... But 7 weeks. The doctor said it wasn't likely. Most people don't even know they're 7 weeks pregnant. They don't even know this.
You're pregnant.
We're pregnant, Meryl.
We're pregnant. We're pregnant. Why didn't you tell me?
Tell you? I wanted to.
You should have told me.
I was so scared, Meryl. I was so scared. It wouldn't work and everything felt so alone.
Were you going to?
12 weeks. The doctor said I should wait until then to tell. He said most American women wait until then to tell.
But we're not American.
This baby will be.
Meryl reaches her hand out. Ana Sofia takes her hand.
No, I mean the meds. I like your hand too.
Oh, of course.
Actually, I should be getting them. You
no, I can do it.
Ana Sofia gets up to get the meds.
I would never leave, even if
I can't be a mother.
What?
I can't.
What are you talking about?
We should have never decided to, we don't have any practice. How are we supposed to do this?
Meryl, we've talked about this.
I have a list of names.
Meryl, please slow down.
Here, I put it somewhere in my wallet. Names.
She pulls out a paper list of names.
Cherub, Skylar with a Y, May, not like the month, Kathy, Christy, Queenie, Circle. That's a name. Did you know that? That's yeah. Robyn with a Y, Liliana with a Y, Mariana with a Y. I like the letter Y.
The phone rings.
Who's that?
Pick up.
No.
Meryl.
I don't.
Oh, Meryl.
I can't. I'm not. How is this supposed to be a mother?
Ana Sofia and Meryl stare at each other. Ana Sofia goes to the phone. She looks at it. She almost picks it up. She doesn't. Ana Sofia holds Meryl. After a moment, Ana Sofia lets go. When did you last cry in front of another person? By yourself? Robyn is lying in bed. She's much younger, 9 or 10 years old. She's crying. Ana Sofia glances at Meryl and at Robyn, her daughter. She does not want to leave. She takes a moment and exits without looking back. We hear a knock on the door. Meryl enters. She gently sits on the bed and wipes away her tears. Robyn looks up at Meryl. Meryl looks down at the ground.
She'll be back.
She's never coming back.
She'll be back.
She just left.
She's just gone temporarily, okay?
How could she leave like that?
She'll be back. She's your mom, okay? She loves you.
All her stuff's gone, Ma.
Just some of it.
How could she leave like that?
I don't know, sweetheart.
I want her to come home.
I know.
I want her to come home now.
Shh. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
Meryl comforts Robyn, not fully knowing what comfort is supposed to look like. Lights shift to, what, if anything, is too serious to be joked about? It is later that night. Lights up on Hadley in a hallway in front of Paula's door. Paula is clearly having sex.
Who is it?
It's me.
Hadley?
Yeah.
Oh, what's up?
I could go. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have come on a whim.
Paula goes to the door. She is wearing a bathrobe.
Are you okay?
Robyn, she
Oh God.
Oh no, she's not dead. Can I just come in?
Ira?
No, it's okay. Don't worry about it, Paul. I'll be quick.
Ira, sorry, dude, you gotta go.
What? No.
Girlfriend priorities right now.
Thank you.
Sorry, he's just putting on his boxers.
I don't need a play-by-play.
Come on in.
Paula opens the door and lets Hadley in. It is an opening just wide enough for Hadley to fall through. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? Back in the apartment, Robyn stands in front of a calendar. She crosses the days off. She flips through the calendar. 1 year. The apartment is empty. She sets the dinner table for 2. She picks up her mother's urn. She sets it opposite her. She picks up a plastic bag full of clementines. She begins to peel the clementines and lays them out, slice by slice, one on her plate, one on her mother's. She lays out 52 slices. When she is done, she begins to eat. Blackout. What does friendship mean to you? A few weeks later, Hadley enters in Paula's apartment, holding a bag and the urn.
What's that?
Her mom.
What?
I had to bring her.
Wait, Robyn's
There
mom?
was no one there.
What do you mean?
I went to pick up my stuff and there was no one at the apartment. There's nothing, actually. She wasn't there. Nothing was there. The books, the clothes, all of it was gone. So she left this there and I took it.
Are you sure that's...
Hadley enters the apartment and sits down at the dinner table.
The first time I operated on a dead body, I accidentally looked at her fingers, you know, the way you're not supposed to. And I didn't know what to do. I saw her fingernails and I couldn't help looking at her hand. I just stared at it the whole time until everyone else was done.
Paula follows Hadley to the table.
Does it feel like she's dead? Right.
And better news, my brother is an American now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Maybe it'd be better if she was dead.
I'm so sorry for everything you'd had to go through. It's not fair. Life's not fair. And you shouldn't have to endure all of this, given how kind and smart and giving and generous
That's bullshit.
What?
That is complete and utter bullshit, and you know it. And I know it. I'm angry, and I'm all alone, and I feel like everyone around me cares about something more banal or stupid or completely trivial. Like when people say, like, oh God, I only slept 4 hours last night. I just want to die. Or I have so many social events this weekend. I just want to die. Or I'm so mad about this stupid thing that happened this weekend. I just want to die. And I'm going to kill someone. I'm just like, dude, no, you're not. You're not going to die. You're not going to die. And no, you're not going to kill anyone because, you know who's supposed to die, but you're like, surprise, didn't Robyn, you know, like, who's slated to die in my head is now completely 100% alive, okay? And so no one is dying. No one on this earth is going to die a single death because death apparently isn't even a real thing because no one fucking dies. No one fucking dies and everyone apparently is a piece of trash and treats everyone else like a piece of trash. So no one is fucking sorry. No one is sorry because life is unfair. And it has never been fair. And let's be real, when people like you, people who have perfectly good and happy and romantic and chill and cool lives, see people like me, what you're thinking isn't, I'm sorry for your loss in your life or your whole existence and being. What you're thinking is, God, I am so glad that isn't me.
That's not true.
Tell me that's not true. Because you have everything, Paula. You have this apartment, you have 2 loving parents, you have a family, a home, you have a passport to die for. You have everything, and you still want to argue that we all have things to struggle with.
My life isn't perfect.
Oh, give me a break.
I mean, my brother...
Oh, come on, your brother is alive.
And so is Robyn.
Not everything I say is about Robyn.
I know.
I don't need your pity.
I wasn't
Because every
kidding.
time I tell you something about my life, all you do is talk down to me. You know that? And I never said anything about it because, oh, Hadley is so kind. Hadley's so honest. Hadley is so generous and kind-spirited and meek and mild and innocent and naive. And Hadley would never hurt a soul. But you know what? Sometimes in the middle of the night, I think about screaming at everyone. I think about screaming my guts out at everything at you. I think about screaming about how I don't give a fuck about your sex life or how happy you are, or how many hours you spent FaceTiming, or how your parents mailed you a care package. Do you even know how expensive it is to mail a care package from Korea? Do you know that? Even though my dad would never mail a package to anyone, he wires over money to my brother, but never to me. Because I don't even think that he loves me. Do you know that sometimes when I think about these things, I think about how much money I'm going to make as a doctor, and then I feel guilty because that's not what a doctor is supposed to be thinking about. So what am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do with all those thoughts and feelings in my miserable existence except continue to let it happen, except continue to let everyone trample and step and stomp all over me until I completely disappear.
Oh, Hadley.
Don't.
There are so many people who care about you, who love you, who want the best for you.
Like who?
I do. I want the best for you.
Oh, come on. We're competitors in this game, and you know it.
What?
We both know that medical school is just a big, fat competition. You can be the best at autopsy. You can do the best incisions. You can do the best diagnosis, the most accurate ones. Who can do the best, impress the most impressive doctors. Who can graduate with the most flying colors. Who can score the best residency.
That's not what it's about.
Oh, you are perfect. Of course that's what it's about. You just never have to think about it.
I do have to work hard, you know?
Not in the same way the rest of us do.
And our friendship has never, ever been about competition to me. We studied together. We worked together.
I am always trying to beat you, Paula. Always. And I can never do as well as you.
I would rather you do better than me.
What?
I've never wanted to be the best.
Yeah, right.
Paula stares at Hadley. They both want to say a lot of things. They say nothing.
If I tell you something, will you listen to me? I broke up with Ira. I know, don't say anything, just listen to me, okay? I know this is nothing compared to... I know you may not want to hear about this, but this is something I've never really said out loud, I guess. I've never had an orgasm. I know it's kind of gross to say or whatever, but I've never, sex has never felt really good to me. You know, the first time I slept with Ira, we were walking home back to his place after we gotten a drink, and a man called at me from across the street. He said something like, "Nice ass, where'd you get that skirt?" And Ira didn't miss a beat. He looked straight at the guy the way I couldn't. And he said, "Oh yeah, where'd you get those pants?" And it wasn't good. The line wasn't good at all. But I think I fell in love with it, with the feeling when I started laughing and the guy walked away, and I felt like, wow, is this what it's like to be in a safe relationship? When a guy catcalls back? Most nights in our relationship, we would have like this awful anxiety-ridden silent ritual in which he would watch YouTube videos for hours and hours while I laid in bed looking up at the ceiling, unable to sleep because he had no blinds and would never turn the lights off. And I would wait awake until he came in. And when he did, he would lay there for maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then we do this dance, this like rolling around, pretending as if we were both asleep, until suddenly he would just reach down between my legs as if to ask or command, really, that we have sex. And he would always say, I can make you feel good if you wanted, you know, as if I had said, please don't. Looking at me with these animalistic eyes, I can, you know. But I never wanted him to. I never wanted him to touch me or to look into my eyes when he did. And after we were done, he would just roll over and fall asleep facing the wall. Last week, like any other week, we spent most nights doing the same thing. Most nights not really sleeping. And finally one night, after he rolled over, after we were done, I sat up. And I looked at him. I watched him for a little while. He was snoring and his hand was sort of like around his penis. And I just suddenly saw him. And I had this sudden urge to clean my entire apartment. Like literally, I got up, out of bed and started Swiffering and mopping. And when I started vacuuming, he started yelling at me to stop doing that because it was waking him up. And what the fuck? It was 3 a.m. And it just hit me. It just, you know what I wanted this whole time? I just wanted him to face me every single night. What I was waiting for wasn't for him to touch me or have sex with me or make me feel good down there or do anything he didn't want to. All I wanted for him to just face me like I wasn't just alone in the dark. So I told him to leave. I told him to get his disgusting penis on his disgusting body out of my apartment. And he did. He didn't even look at me when he left. There wasn't any difference at all. I went back to sleep for the rest of the day. And when I woke up, it was like he had never even been there. I wonder how many of us really feel all that loved.
I never liked him.
I never knew him. You can stay as long as you want.
Paula starts to get up to go to the kitchen.
Hey, I have a random question for you.
Yeah.
Paula turns back to look at Hadley.
Do you have any clementines?
Hadley and Paula stare at each other. Lights move too. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're going to say? Why? Meryl. She is 40, the way she would have been in Robyn's dreams of glass. She's holding a phone. She dials. She waits. Suddenly lights up on Robyn through the phone. Meryl's following text should be performed entirely in fluent Chinese with absolutely no subtitles.
Hello?
哦，女儿啊。
Hello?
喂，林洛宾。
I can't hear you. Can you speak louder?
林洛宾，这是你妈，你听得见吗？
Just kidding. Sorry, I can't pick up right now. Leave a message.
Beep.
林洛宾，你真是无聊！你这么大了，都23岁了，还这么幼稚，还这么干哎呀！女儿啊，今年23岁了，生日快乐！又是那句话啊，快快长大，好好做人。别人做人是要求，自己做人处事更圆滑，对不对啊？更考虑别人的角度，希望如此能得到更多人的认同，对不对啊？但，妈妈想说的是，你要少一点察言观色啊，多随性，放轻松，对自己好一点啊。如此才能好好过日子，享受工作与人生，对不对？过去1年，妈妈生病了，要你照顾，你这么独立，我也没有多考虑你会不会孤单。你不要因此怪妈妈不理你啊。大学毕业以后，不要忘家，以后有空多打电话啊。想到女儿也是朋友了，真欢喜哈。你也知道啊，交朋友既难开始，更难维持，对不对？家人也是朋友，很不常见，多好。谢谢你这1年那么贴心照顾我，我也只能说谢谢女儿。
Meryl hangs up on the phone call. Did she record the voice message? She isn't sure. She exits into her bedroom. Robyn is where we left her in. What is your most terrible memory? Robyn is sitting at the table in the seat where we last saw her eating clementines. Meryl sits across from her where the urn of her ashes used to be. They are wearing all white. Robyn is serving dinner. She has set out plates and plates of food, but all the food is paper and cardboard food meant for the dead. She lays out paper money meant for the dead. She lays out a paper house meant for the dead. She lights a candle, but it is actually incense. Meryl and Robyn speak as if they do not notice the food on the table or the smell of incense. They speak as if they are in bed, having a long conversation, not wanting to go to sleep.
That's not a good reason.
What do you mean?
I mean, when your mom and
Here
I,
we go
and
again.
in many friendships, the way we are taught to handle conflict as women is to ignore it. And confrontation is not just a good thing because it's ballsy or whatever.
I'm not even talking about confrontation, Mom. I'm talking about actual conflicts of interest, like different morals and values.
You've been friends for 8 years and you have different morals and values.
Why not?
Do you remember that picture of your mama and I?
Yes, the one where you're in matching dresses.
Your mother and I didn't want to be in that picture. We didn't want to be at that wedding or spend $200 on those dresses. We didn't even want to be wearing dresses.
I know.
But we did it. Why?
Because doing things for the people you love matters. I know, Ma, I know.
So, you should never do anything because you think you should. But sometimes you should.
What?
Talk to her. You're important to her.
I have more people important to me.
Your mother grew up with only brothers. You have no idea what it's like to not have women.
You had a mother.
As do you. And understanding the art of friendship is one of the most important things about life. About Buddhism.
I'm not Buddhist.
When you die, you should be cremated.
And sent down a shitty
and have
river.
Your ashes spread by the ones closest to you.
What?
I don't want you to be stuck in someone's house, stuck watching someone drink tea or dry their hair or have sex.
Ew, Mom.
What? I'm just telling you how it is.
I didn't do that for you.
That's because I wanted to be close to you. There are people who want to be close to you too.
I can't.
Don't you want your ashes spread?
Spread. That's the most American thing I've heard.
Spreading someone's ashes means knowing who they are. It means being let in on a secret only the two of you will know. It means getting to go on a journey. It means someone loves you enough to peel clementines for you at night. It means leaving your mouth open in case someone wants to breathe life back into it in their dreams. It means they'll never cover their eyes when they see you in the corner you used to appear in.
I thought you didn't believe in the afterlife.
Afterlife is just more life. You know that.
Robyn lights the paper on fire. The food burns. They bow once to honor the dead. They bow twice to honor the dead. Meryl leaves the dinner table. She exits. Robyn bows for a third time to honor the dead. She looks up. She is alone. The flames have gone out, and all that is left of the paper is smoke.
Hadley?
Blackout. End of play.
Oh, my mother bears her burden in her heart every day, and her Savior looks upon her, listening to her prayers. And my Father, he's elusive. He won't my brother, my poor brother, he has suffered for too long. As his sister, I hope one day he will see is true. Some may say that I am selfish. Heavier things to be said unsaid. I work harder to send money home to curb their suffering, and I wish I'd been the one to bring everyone back home.
Bright lights. So I want to give a round of applause to our awesome cast. How are you feeling?
Good.
Good. So what was the inspiration behind this play? I know you spoke earlier about being in a very female-dominated family. Totally get that. I'm the same on my mom's side, and then my dad's side is like a lot of males, so it's a toss-up.
Yeah.
But I have a family full of women. It's just all like a lot of estrogen happening. So.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. So besides your family, what else was like the inspiration for writing this?
Well, clearly, friendship is a really complicated thing. I went to boarding school in Massachusetts, which was the whitest experience I've ever had. And I was just like shook. I was so shook. It was like my first time in America, and I was like, this is America. And it was like white Massachusetts, and I was like, what's going on? But that was also like the first time when I started having long distance friendships from home. I'm from Hong Kong. So long distance friendships across language, and then also making friends in Massachusetts who were from different countries.
Yeah.
And then maintaining those 14-year-old relationships till now has been a very interesting experience. So a lot of it was that, and a lot of it is mental health, mental illnesses, and my experience with the loved ones I have who struggle with it and live with it, and love. I mean, everything in the play is a part of my life in a very near and dear way, that I have a hard time with myself.
For sure. And then how did you construct these characters specifically? Are they based off of people? Well, it seems like they're based off of people in your life, but how did you put them together?
Yeah, they
Or
are
they
and they
not?
aren't. They are and they aren't. They're real people that I know who lots of family members show up to things and they're like, that's me. And I'm like, no, it's not. Like, in no way is that 5-year-old boy you. But so like on some level, I think everyone is in everything that, I mean, but I don't these people aren't autobiographical in that sense, but in the sense that any playwright who tells me that they're so imaginative they can make people show up out of nowhere, I'm like, that can't be possible. Like, the people you write are all real.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I feel about them.
That's so true. And what is the meaning behind the name of the play? Because originally when I got the submission, I was expecting puffins.
Oh, there were puffins.
There were not.
There were totally puffins. So this is I've been playing with the title. The title might be subject to change. There were totally puffins in the first draft a year ago. A year is a long time. There are now many penguins, which are not puffins.
Yeah. Different animal, everyone.
Yeah, different animal. It's still about the heart. But yeah, that's kind of where that's going.
And specifically, you spoke about, this coming from a place of love and this play talking about love. How did you go about writing on the topic of love and death in this play and through your process from, when you first... when you first started writing it to now, because I know you made some changes from when you did it, you only did it a few weeks ago at Cork. Thanks, Luke. Wait, Luke. That's better. Give it up for Luke. Okay, no, back to death. Be serious, everyone. So how did you from when you started writing this play to now, how have you explored love and death in rewriting and revamping this?
I honestly wanted to keep grief out of it until this is the first draft where grief has taken a real place in the play. Primarily because I know a lot about grief and I just try to avoid it. And I'm just like, no more grief. But, and I was thinking about it because this draft came about in the past few days since the performance at Corkscrew. And I've never read the book, but I think about it a lot. The book named Grief is a Thing with Feathers or whatever. I never read it, so this is nothing about the book. But I just don't feel like grief is a thing with feathers. I'm like, is it flying? Is it light? Because that's not how it feels to me. I feel like grief is a very weighted thing. And I do understand that, grief takes many forms. Well, I don't know what that means. But loving, I've always had this thought as a younger person before I had any experience with my own love that wasn't just family, romantic love, whatever, that my experience with grief has taught me that you can only know you love someone when you're heartbroken by them. Yeah. So only at that point can you really test that you loved them, which is really messed up. That I think my therapist would probably say that, but I do believe that if you don't feel heartbroken when something ends, then maybe you didn't love them. And so those two things have to be connected in a way that is sad and that is fragile. And I think relationships are fragile, romantic relationships, sure, but friendships are really fragile. And we assume they're not. We assume they're not in the media, and we assume they're not in our lives. And so we take them often for granted. And really, your friendships are probably the most important thing outside of your familiar relationships that you shouldn't take for granted.
Yeah, I feel that. Totally. This is something I think I'm going to ask all the writers this season, but we often hear, to backtrack, I really wanted to do Playwrights of Color this season, mostly because I didn't want to read terrible plays by white men. I was just over it. Truly, guys, there are terrible plays out there in the world. And then we also, we hear about there's not enough playwrights of color where that's a complete lie. complete lie, y'all. And so when we often hear about like the negatives about that, and so I kind of want to focus on the positive. So what is one of the best things you've discovered about being a playwright of color?
I can do whatever I want. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want, and no one really questions it. I mean, I can write like I can write about white men, and white men are not like, that's not me. But when a white man writes an Asian woman, I'm like, that's not me. and like they're like, you're right. I'm sorry. Let me get that. And like, that's just, I mean, and I do think that is good for many reasons. And I do think going to boarding school in Massachusetts has taught me many things about white men. But I mean, it's true. It's true on some level. I think on the little negative side, I think being in a society and country and having gone to a school and also been in situations where I've been on the quieter side, on the more like, oh, I should take up as little room as possible, and therefore been more observant. I feel like I can write things that aren't me. But also I write me all the time. Like, I honestly think that being a writer of color, or just being a writer, period, is really fucking awesome. It's just the best thing ever.
Yeah. So we're gonna begin wrapping up. Three more questions for you. Yeah. So what drink would you pair your play with?
Oh my Lord.
It can be non-alcoholic too. Don't want to limit it. I don't want to limit you to just alcoholic.
Well, I was thinking wine for a second, and then I thought Yakult, which is a yogurt drink from Asia. And then I thought, I think some maybe alcoholic. I maybe like a double-fisted Bulgarian wine, and then bubble tea. Yeah.
All right. I don't think I've ever had Bulgarian wine. It's
pretty good.
Is it?
Bulgaria doesn't export a lot, but they're really good.
Yeah, I kind of forget about Bulgaria. Sorry, Bulgaria. If we have any Bulgarian listeners, sorry. You had 60 seconds, and Donald Trump was in this room. What would you say to him?
I'm so sorry. You're so stupid. I really wish you got a better education in life, and also stop eating in bed. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Like, you're gonna die in 5 years. I'll just 60 seconds is too long.
And what did you have for breakfast this morning?
I had 2 pork buns from Chinatown. I bought 10 3 days ago, and I live alone. So. That's good.
Okay, then. On that note, we want to say thank you again to the Mark O'Donnell Theater at the Actors Fund Art Center for hosting us again tonight. And I'd like to thank again our lovely cast, Dominique Brillon, Cleo Gray, Diane Chen, Drita, Kabashi, Koren, and Brittany Anikka Liu. Directed by Theo Maltz, written by Stefani Kuo, and our musician tonight, May Cheung. We'd also like to thank Luke DeCola, our wonderful sound engineer, sound editor, and mic fixer. And like to say a thank you to Catherine Woodard, who's the producer of Delicacy of a Puffin Heart. And thank our TPS, our wonderful TPS team who puts this all together every month. Jesse Manning, our producer, Katie Donnelly, our producing director, Ryan Zelong, our artistic associate, Blaze Teicher, our artistic associate, Todd Kirkland, managing director. And this was produced by the Parsnip Ship and Business Lunch Productions. I just want to thank you all again for coming out tonight, for listening to the Parsnip Ship. We are off to an awesome start for season 4 after tonight. So we want to say thank you for listening to us and supporting us, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at the Parsnip Ship NY for our previous episodes. And to find out when this one drops in a few weeks, which is exciting. Our next reading will be Devil Land by Desi Moreno Benson, who's right there, which will be recorded live here on Wednesday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. It's really creepy and really spooky. I'm really excited about it. And just follow us on social media and you guys will get the info for that. And we have one last song and we'd like to welcome back May before we wrap up for the evening. Thank you all.
Stephanie, I'm definitely down for the bubble tea. So yes, again, my name is May Cheung. The first song and the song that I'm about to do is on my debut record called The Departure, which you can find on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all that fun stuff. So I'm on the internet. Also, follow me on Facebook. My handle is MAYCHEUNG Music. So Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, that's all the same. So thank you so much for listening, and to Stephanie for writing such a beautiful play, to Blaze for organizing and, you know, connecting with me, and Yvonne for just being awesome and keeping it together. This one's called Back to Me. It's worth it. Just give me 1 second. Yesterday's gone, moving away from the fright that held me back for so long. I'm coming back to me. I'm going home, where the strangers don't see how time has changed me, and the strength inside that won't flee. I'm coming back to me. Watch the moon rise, watch it set, and I'm lost in the moment. Still frame memories, they will stay with me. Will they stay with you? watch the moon rise, watch it set, and I'm lost in the moment. Still frame memories, they'll stay with me. Will it stay with you? Thank you so much.